town of Hempstead's lack of compliance with New York State Freedom of Information law. Mr. Charles Colbert, who is acting as FOIL appeals officer, seems to think that definitions not found in the text of a FOIL law in the text of New York State FOIL are not applicable to the law. For example, the Committee on Open Government website, there is a section called Your Right to Know. Within it, it defines the responsibilities of the record access officer, which states, the record access officer is responsible for ensuring that agency personnel assist in identifying records stored. When I asked for help, Mr. Colbert for help in identifying the records I was seeking, he stated that my request was invalid and did not fall under the FOIL statute. He referred to the definition of the records officer and, I quote, an anecdotal statement on a website. Mr. Colbert felt that it was not his responsibility to assist in identifying records, and neither did FOIL officer Joanne Melandro. I also requested to view records, to which I received the same response, that my request did not qualify as a request for records. But in this case, the text of the Freedom of Information law states, an agency must specify the times and places records are available. An agency shall, in accordance with its published rules, make available for public inspection and copying all records. So even in the case where the law explicitly states that an agency's responsibilities, Mr. Colbert failed to follow the law. The records I am seeking are located on a computer system, and the Freedom of Information law addresses this issue. It states, when an agency has the ability to retrieve or extract a record or data maintained on a computer storage system with reasonable effort, it shall be required to do so. Any programming necessary to retrieve a record maintained in a computer storage system, to transfer that record to a medium requested by a person, or allow the transfer record to be read or printed, shall not be deemed to be preparation or creation of a new record. The fact of the matter is, the town of Hempstead sums up the records I am seeking in its budget every year. So the notion that these records are too difficult to retrieve doesn't make any sense. In any case, a reason must be given. Too difficult does not explain why. It does not qualify as a legitimate reason. The law explicitly says a reason must be given as to why it is too difficult. You just can't say it. Joanne Melandro, in her denial, never explained why, and Mr. Colbert feels he doesn't have to explain anything he feels is not a FOIL request. The town attorney, Joe Ra, has been CC'd on all my correspondence with Mr. Colbert. So Mr. Ra is well aware of the fact that Mr. Colbert, who works for Mr. Ra, is violating the law. I asked Senior Councilman Anthony Santino to order Joe Ra to instruct his deputy attorneys, including Charles Colbert, to immediately stop violating New York State Freedom of Information law. In particular, to assist me in identifying records stored, to make the records I am seeking available for public inspection. In other words, comply with the law. These are not word anecdotal statements on a website. This is the law. Will you order Joe Ra and his attorneys to follow New York State FOIL law, Mr. Santino?
Thank you very much, Mr.
Will you, yes or no? Yes or no?
The time limit has expired.
Yes. No one gets cut off at 10 seconds except me. She can go all she wants. Yes or no?
Are you done, Mr. Procacci?
Can you say yes or no?
There being no other...
Can you say yes or no? Mr. Santino, can you say yes or no?
Ladies and gentlemen.